be good. And going off for this first heat race, or I believe this is the second heat race for the box stocks here.
Ryan Wilson on the pole for this one is outside Lincoln Obadiah. Grayson Palace in the 18G rolls off third. Jasmine Soldier-Smith, the 16T, rolls off in that fourth spot. Grayson Malloy-Heen rolls off fifth into his outside. Jack Smolders, Everett Burbage, and Garrett Bureau are on the final row. Green flag is out.
Right off the bat, Ryan Wilson shoots down to the front, and he'll lead the pack as they single file out to about third place, where Jack Smolders now is going to start making some moves on that 18G of Grayson Palace on that outside line. He's going to have a lot of work to do tonight if he wants to come home with that championship. And look at that dive move to the inside going into turn number 3 and 4 now.
Here goes Lincoln Obadiah down to the inside. Grayson Palace shuts the door going into 1.
Ryan Wilson has a massive gap, but Jack Smolders is gaining a lot of speed. He might have a chance to take home this heat race win. Starting out here tonight, the single file going down the back straight now as the laps keep winding down. It's all Ryan Wilson as he takes it to the halfway point.
Top 3 got Ryan Wilson, Jack Smolders, Grayson Palace at the moment. Lincoln Obadiah and Grayson Malloy-Heen sitting in the top 5. Berber's looking to make a move on the 15G.
They're all single file going down the back stretch now. Ryan Wilson won't be long now till he starts to hit some lap traffic, but Jack Smolders is inching closer and closer every lap. Other than that, not a lot of battles going out except for that battle between Everett Burbridge and I believe that is Malloy-Heen there on the back stretch now.
Wilson gets by some back markers there. He'll come off of corner 4. He'll pick up heat race number 2 for the box stocks. Jack Smolders finishes in second. And rounding at the top 3, Grayson Palace in the 18G.
Jack Smolders has got his work cut out for him tonight if he wants to take home that championship. He and the beginners are the only two which have the closest point battle that I believe can win without a DNF. Now, to talk about what happened to start off the stream, bit of mechanical or technical issues, you could say. But we're back now, and that's all that really matters.
For your information, it was 2 buttons that were not on. I don't know how to run the board, neither does Jack. So, like, you know,
we were kind of scrambling there. And we get told, it's the 2 buttons. Which ones? It's like, oh, clicks it. There we go, we're back. Anyway, looking out, the senior flats are about to roll up for their first heat. And I'll give you the starting lineup for heat number 1A for these senior flats. Starting first in the 18, it's Adam Stasila. Starting second in that N64, it's Dylan Bonner. Starting third in that 23, it's Daniel Calty. Starting fourth in the 66, it's Bailey Salt. Fifth in the 78 is Matt Reed. Sixth in the 88 is Jesse McDonald. Seventh in the 15 is Anthony Verdi. Starting eighth in the 12 is Nicholas Boyd. And starting ninth in the 33rd, it's Ron McGarry. Getting the call to double up here to start off their heat racing action for the night as the second group lines up.
good hefty field of senior flats here tonight. We gotta split them up into 2 separate heat groups. That's always fun to see.
You know, it's also big when we have 2 separate pages for 1 class.
Well, I got one for the box stocks too.
Exactly.
It's always nice to see. I like doing lineups.
Really? I've never been a lineup enjoyer, but of course, it is a very pivotal point to being an announcer.
Purdy stops on the bottom of the front stretch. He was telling me it's motor number 4 this year.
Number 4?
Motor number 4. He doesn't like when I talk about him in a bad way, but
just hope tonight doesn't make it number 5. Still pacing around here, getting ready for him to rejoin the field. And of course tonight, since tonight is the final racing night for these micro sprints and to end off the season, championship night, we got trophies, we got checkboards, we got interviews. It's going to be a fun night for you watching at home.
Bit of a bittersweet moment here. Get to crown some champions, but then we got to call it a season, which I don't like doing that one.
Well, This is my first season announcing. Let me say, I definitely had a lot of fun. And I'm excited to come back here next year. But I guess I got to savor these last 2.5 hours. Close her down for the winter. Green flag is out for Adams de Silla as he'll shoot down to the inside, but Calty's on the outside, and they're battling for first place going down the backstretch now.
Here goes Calty to the outside. He'll make a move for first. Does just that. He'll lead lap number 1.
Calty's got a big lead there on Cecilia. They're single file out to about 6th place, and then it's a battle between Nick Capolo and Anthony Verdi there.
Sticilla working the bottom of Daniel Calty in the 23 machine. Bailey Salt not too far behind.
Calty goes super wide, and the caution flag is out for, I believe that is the 60. Can't see, those numbers are pretty small. It's either 60 or 45, we'll see it here.
I believe it was... I believe that was Bonner.
Oh, yeah, I can see it there. That's the N64 of Dylan Bonner there. And he's going to get back in the cart, fire back up, and we'll rejoin the field there. Nice looking cart.
Adam Sticilla out front. Daniel Calty and Bailey Salt in the top 3. Jesse McDonald and Matt Reed will round out the top 5. Carter Long gives them the white flag one more time around till we go green flag racing.
Calty was giving Sticilla a run for his money there for the first couple laps, but it just seemed he went super wide and just allowed for Sticilla to shoot down to that inside, down the backstretch, and to take the lead back. So let's see what happens on this lap. We're ready to go green flag racing again.
Green flag is out. Calty to the outside. Not enough to get around Sticilla.
Calty's going on that outside again. They're almost side by side. He's keeping it tight and close with Sticilla there. Now he's going to go outside, try and make it too wide. Doesn't quite have it yet, and now he'll make it, and he'll take the lead going into turn number 3 and 4 now.
Work in that middle lane there. Sticilla with enough room on the bottom, trying to sneak by the 23 Daniel Calty.
Sticilla is trying to catch up to Calty, but he doesn't quite have it yet. Calty's got a lot of speed here, and now Bailey Salt's getting closer to that 18 of Adam Sticilla as the laps keep winding down.
Caution flag is out. I believe that is for the 12. No, Jesse McDonald slow on the back straightaway there.
Ooh.
I saw the 12 of Nicholas Boyd slow on the front straightaway. I didn't know if that had anything to do with it.
You can see Jesse McDonald there taking a look at some things with the car there on that front bumper fender. Still tinkering with it in his gear, going down the backstretch now, and it looks like he'll slow almost to a stop. Yeah, he'll make a stop now on the backstretch. They're gonna get to taking a look at him. Better get comfortable because we got a lot of heat tonight. But it's definitely going to be interesting, especially for championship. And talking about championships, Cameron Book has, I believe he has the championship locked up.
Most of them, it looks to me, I don't know how many points you can get in a single night, but it looks to be in the 80s range. These guys are, for 3 of the divisions, they're around 70 out. So if they were to say not start, the point leader say to not start that feature, I believe they would come out as the champion overs in second. So.
Yep, and Cameron Book, 76 points ahead. So I believe all he would, yeah, like you said, have to do is make a start. Green flag racing is back out now for your leader, Daniel Calty now. Adam Sicilla behind there, all single file. 2 more to go for these senior flats at heat race number 1.
Calty with a good size gap over Adam Sticilla. He'll get the white flag off of 4.
Daniel Calty's going to go around the backstretch for the final time. He's got a massive distance to the rest of the pack. They're all single file, and not a single challenge for Daniel Calty as he'll take this heat race win number 1 to start off the night strong.
Adam Sticilla, Bailey Salt will round out the top 3 for heat number 1 of the flat seniors. Up next is Group B for the flat seniors out on the grid, all fired up and ready to get out onto the racetrack. So as it is championship night here on Thursday nights. Tomorrow night is championship night.
Back-to-back championship nights. Well, before we continue talking about championships here, I'll give you the starting lineup for Heat Race 1B for the Senior Flats 8 laps of distance. Starting first in the 44, it's Casey Huffman. Starting second in the 44B, it's Isabella Lynn. Starting third in the 26, it's Chevy McKinley. Starting fourth in that 97 JR, it's Robbie General. Starting fifth in the 33D, it's Caleb Dick. Starting sixth in the 4, it's Scott Hall. Starting seventh in the 28, it's the point leader, Cameron Book. Starting eighth in that 77, it's Randy Hollingshead. And rounding out the field, starting ninth, it's Trevor Evans in the 90. Yeah, championship night today and tomorrow. But that isn't the only, that's not the last of the events that are happening. Of course, you still have what we've all basically been waiting for. And that's the Nationals.
The Northern Sprint Car Nationals at Ohsweken Speedway. You're going to want to be there for that. We got the REC Sportsmen there on Thursday to join the Thunder Stock Nationals. Friday night, we got the Crate Sprint Car Nationals. And to cap off the weekend, the 360 Sprint Car Nationals. It's going to be an exciting one to watch. We usually have some drivers that don't compete on a weekly basis come in for these events, as we did see on the Thunder on the Grand, but it will be an exciting one to watch. Green flag is out.
Already right away, that 97 of Robbie General is taking the lead, and he's going to lead the field going into turn number 4, but Isabella Lynn isn't done yet, and they're too wide, and oh, gets loose and makes contact there with, I believe that is the, that's the 90 of Trevor Evans there. That looked rough.
Yeah, I didn't see who caused that, but one of the carts kind of clobbered him there.
Yeah, from what I've seen, from what I saw from my side, and I don't know if we have a replay of that or not, but it just seemed like Robbie General, Isabella Lynn, and Casey Huffman were just all kind of getting in there, and then somebody lost control and made contact, but
It's the original start. We didn't take a lap.
complete restart, getting the call to double up.
The 97's in third. It's a weak restart. The 97's supposed to be in double.
Continue to pace around, trying to figure some things out now.
Getting them doubled up. This is a complete restart. Did not complete a lap, so trying to get them in the correct heat race order.
Of course, some flat drivers don't like to revert back to their positions, but it's gonna be a complete restart, like you said. Of course, one other elephant in the room for us is that we had to go back to school this week.
Yeah, stop.
That's all I can really comment on about that is it's back and it's here to stay till summer. Back out on the field, they're gonna have to stop them to reorganize and re-stack, re-rack, and re-fire them off. Stop to figure it out.
So we got a driver sort of stepping down here. Casey Huffman drives a Thunder stock on Friday nights, and I believe it's that bright yellow 13 machine.
Oh yeah. I'm not exactly sure, but I definitely know I've heard that name before. So it's always good to see, especially if you can tell a lot of drivers that run successfully on the Little O here definitely have a lot of success on the big tracks, like couple names, for example. A lot of those 360 drivers or those crate sprint drivers there that run on these Thursday night tracks are getting better and better every week, just like they are for these Thursday nights as well. So great to see.
Yeah, a lot of drivers have come out of these divisions. Dylan Westbrook comes to mind. I believe Lance Erskine ran open micro sprints. Brennan Hager's been dipping his foot in the puddle there, getting into crate sprint car a couple times. And Cameron Olm, there's another one. He drives a crate sprint car every Friday night.
Yep, Kiana Teal too. I don't know if there's anybody else there that steps up on the Friday nights after going in on the Thursdays. So yeah, a lot of solid drivers there, especially young guns getting their feet wet in the big divisions. back out on the track. Looks like everything's good as they're going to start to roll off again back in the original starting lineup. And Casey Huffman in that 44 in that bright pink helmet. Flashy.
Carter Long with the green flag in hand. They'll fire the double pylons.
Huffman, Lynn, restart. They're 3 wide for second place. And already, Robbie General blasted that outside, and they're going to make it 3 wide going into turn number 3 and 4.
Lynn working that inside line, sitting in second at the moment behind the 4 car who's out in front.
Isabella Lynn has a bit of a lead there on that number 4 machine. Cars are starting to single file out to about third, then it's Randy Hollingshead and Robbie General. They're duking it out for the 4th place position.
Scott Hall sitting in that 4 machine goes down to the inside. Isabella Lynn side by side down the back straightaway.
Isabella Lynn managed to hold on the lead, but Scott Hall's got that inside line. Isabella Lynn will lead him into turn number 3 and 4, and it's not going to be long now till Randy Hollingshead and Robbie General want to join in on the fun. They're side by side going into turn number 3 and 4. Scott Hall, Isabella Lynn holds him off one more lap, but now Robbie General's here to join it, or Randy Hollingshead's here to join in on the fun.
That for Scott Hall trying to track down the 44. Isabella Lynn shoots down to the inside, not able to make anything happen to that. Working that inside line on the 44. Randy Hollingshead getting a little bit closer to the 4 machine. He'll make a move down to the inside.
They're duking it out side by side for second place. Randy Hollingshead will get that second place position, but Scott Hall's back. Back out in front though, Isabella Lynn, not a challenge for it, and she'll take the heat race win in heat race 1B.
Scott Hall comes in second. I believe that Randy Hollingshead, they were nose to nose there to finish that heat race, but we'll conclude the first round of heats for the senior flats. Up next, the junior flats, who are out on the grid getting their carts all fired up.
Got a bit confused there for a second because from what it seemed to me, it looked like Scott Hall's driving something that I believe I've seen Robbie General in, and then Robbie General's driving something new.
Starting on the pole for this one in the 18, that's Elliot Stacy into his outside. In the 90, that's Tovin De Lima. Rolling on third in the 29, that's Nolan Kretz. And to his outside in the 42, that's Jack McPhail. Rolling off fifth in the 49, that's Wyatt Smith. And to his outside in the 28, that's Annika Sky. Rolling off that 7th spot, the N64, that is Colton Bonner. And to his outside in the 19, that's Bentley Davidson. Rolling off 9th in the 88, that's Rowan Reed. Rounding out the field in the 25, that's Ethan Smith.
Tovin De Lima and Nolan Kretz are going to make it 3 wide there, going down the backstretch now.
That bright green car of the, that was Elliot Stacy, was it not?
Elliot Stacy there in that 18 machine. Tovin De Lima, he's not too far behind there, and then it's Wyatt Smith moving it, but out in front, it's all Nolan Kretz. Oh, it looks like Elliot Stacy made contact with something, and I believe that might have been a chunk of dirt just flung out of the ground.
De Lima down to the inside of Wyatt Smith. Smith shuts the door out at 2.
They're going to start to hit some lap traffic now. Nolan Kretz all out in front, but Elliot Stacy wants to get closer. Doesn't quite have it yet, and now it looks like Wyatt Smith is going to start making some moves on that 18 machine, trying to take over second place.
Trying to track down the 18 of Elliot Stacy. Out in front, we got Nolan Kretz, who will come off of corner 4 to 2 laps left to go.
Nolan Kretz with almost a half straightaway lead now. In second place, Elliot Stacy still holding onto the spot. Wyatt Smith not able to catch up their single file all throughout the track. One more time around for Nolan Kretz, your leader.
That white flag out for the 29. He'll take the checkered flag off before Nolan Kretz picks up heat race number 1. Looks like Elliot Stacy and Wyatt Smith will round out the top 3.
And that'll do it for this first round of heat racing for these junior flats. A lot of cars in the junior flats, great to see, especially on the championship night. But coming up next, it's the top cheddar. You all know it, the open micro sprints.
What was that? Swiss cheese award? Is that what you're thinking about?
The Swiss cheese award for whoever can slice up the field the fastest or the best. I think it could work. We should make it happen. Too many cheese jokes. It's getting a little cheesy.
Okay.
Open micro sprints rolling around here, getting ready to go off. This is going to be exciting, and sun's starting to come down a little bit. Nice and cool here. Perfect night for racing. Track looks pretty dry. Good condition. It's going to make it interesting for some of these drivers. And we've talked to a lot of these open guys, and we know how they feel about a dry track or a really muddy one. So it's interesting to see how some of these drivers will do tonight.
Rolling off first for this one out of Six Nations, it's the 0J, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller, and it heads outside at 11 at 4K, that's Riley Karen. Rolling off third out of Brantford in the 88, that's Riley Mercer, and it's outside out of Port Colborne in the 770, that's Cameron Ohm. Rolling off fifth in the 24K, that's Kiana Teal. Out of Hagersville, and it is outside in the 96 out of Walden, that's Brennan Hager, and rounding out the field out of Ancaster in the 16, that's Campbell Baker.
Pacing around here. So we have a total of 63 carts tonight. That's mind-blowing. For a championship night in September, 63? Outrageous.
It's fun to see, though.
Oh,
I like seeing a
definitely.
whole ton of carts.
Oh yeah, it's definitely great for the track. It's great for the racing here that we have 63, but that is a wild number.
All lined up for this one, 2x2.
I'm ready to go.
Carter Long's got the white flag in hand, ready to let him know it's one more time around.
Build up the anticipation for one more time. Johnny Miller and Riley Karen gonna take him around and lead him to the green flag. If you can look back there, Brennan Hager starting in, was that fifth, sixth place? He's got a lot of ground to catch up if he wants to have a nice solid finish in the feature night. Basically already has the championship locked up, but it's time to go racing as Johnny Miller will shoot down to turn number one.
Miller leads them all down the backstretch. Riley Mercer sitting in that second spot. Cameron Olm works to the outside.
Johnny Miller's got some pretty solid speed, but Cameron Olm and Riley Mercer do too. They're flying on that outside trying to catch up to Miller, but he's got it locked down up in front.
Cameron Olm down to the inside. He'll make his way into one, trying to... He'll get that second spot away from Riley Mercer.
Johnny Miller gets a little bit wide there, keeps under control. Olm trying to catch up. Their cars are single file going around. Back there, Brendan Hager will start to be making some moves now. That's 16 of Campbell Baker trying to move up in the field.
Miller all out in front. Cameron Olm sitting in second. Here goes Kiana Teal down to the inside of Riley Mercer. Cross slightly right.
Mercer on the outside, Teal on the inside. Teal will shoot down to the inside, and they're still side by side going down the backstretch. Now Teal finally breaks away, and now we got a battle for the lead. Johnny Miller, Cameron Olm, and Cameron Olm goes for a spin.
That'll bring out the caution flag.
Was heating up there a little bit, and then Cameron Olm just lost control there, so. Now, theoretically, he does have a chance to win the championship. Is it possible? It's very unlikely because I believe we were discussing this earlier. To win, he would have to win, and Brendan Hager wouldn't have to score any points tonight. And here's the replay now. Just looks like he lost control going out on that outside.
But sitting in third in points with 845, that's Campbell Baker. Cameron Olm, he's got 847. So that's a pretty tight-knit battle there for second.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what goes on. And there they are, first and second in fifth and sixth there at the back of the field. Johnny Miller out in front, Riley Mercer, Kiana Teal, Campbell Baker, Brendan Hager, Cameron Olm, and then Riley Karen. Green flags out, let's go back racing. Johnny Miller's gonna lead him off with the green flag.
Miller leads him down the backstretch. Mercer to the outside going into three.
Riley Mercer takes your new race leader as Johnny Miller sends it a little bit too much and everybody passes. He falls back massively. Riley Mercer now has a massive gap to second place, Kiana Teal, but here comes Cameron Oman, Brendan Hager. They're battling for third place now.
Olmer got outside line on Brennan Hager. Hager with the nose down the back straightaway.
Hager with a really nice solid line. He's running pretty efficient, but Cameron Oman showing off some wild power there. Doesn't quite have it yet. Back out in front though. Riley Mercer's got a big gap. White flag. One more time around for him. Kiana Teal in second. Brendan Hager and Cameron Oman are duking it out for the final time down the back straightaway.
Riley Mercer off of corner 4 picks up the checkered flag. He'll win heat race number 1. Kiana Teal, Brendan Hager, Cameron Oman, Johnny Miller, the top 5.
Whew, what an interesting way to start off these heat races for the open micro sprints. Wild start, wild finish, some yellows, and it's going to be an interesting feature race. But we still got a lot more left to go. Of course, getting ready to roll off is beginners for their heat race number 2.
We'll got to get the lineups in for this one. Technical difficulties on our part.
Yeah, we were. I wouldn't even say difficulties. I would say it was more of technical.
We were having a big difficulty.
technical difficulties with our minds there. Technical stupidity. We should have just turned on the. It was 2 buttons.
2 buttons.
Which, but in all fairness, I actually can't really say anything about it. We just should have just turned it on. It was definitely not my strong suit in my communications technology class. Was working with the mixer boards. But
Did you miss that day, or what's going on here?
oh, I was there. I was
Okay.
there. But it's working now, and of course, rolling off, or just about to roll off. And as I say just about, they start rolling off. Is the beginners for their heat race number 2. Got a beautiful 11-car field, and it's time for the starting lineup for their 6-lap heat race number 2. Starting us off is Braden Pettit in the 9, and starting second in that 14, it's Diesel Montour. Starting third in the 97, it's Andy Gray, and starting fourth in the 09, it's Casey Walker. Starting fifth in the 94, it's Georgia Hookert, and starting sixth in the 78M, it's Millie Miller. Starting seventh in the 10M, it's Maverick Cheechak. Eighth in the 96, it's Jolene Hookert. 9 in the 7, it's Christopher Young. 10th in the 02, it's Cecil Burbridge. And rounding out the field in the 17, it's Travis Whitaker.
We've got a tight battle for points here in the beginner division. Cecil Burbridge not too far off the leader. Green flag is out.
A lot of the point leaders there shooting out Diesel Montour. We'll lead him going down the back stretch now. Cecil Burbridge is pretty buried there in that pack, but he's working really fast and blast by 3 cars going in through turn number 3 and 4. He's now in 5th place and has got still a lot of work cut out for him as Diesel Montour continues to put on some pace.
Here goes Hookert down to the inside, passes him, moves him up the track, and will lead that lap.
Cecil Burbridge and Diesel Montour are getting a little bit antsy with each other. Cecil in 2nd place now, and he's not far back on that 94 of Georgia Hookert.
Andy Gray working that outside line of 14. Diesel Montour side by side going into 3.
Cecil Burbridge is rolling on that outside. They're going to split the lap traffic now. Hookert still out in front, but Cecil Burbridge is side by side with each other. They're getting really close there as they continue to pass some more lap traffic. White flags out one more time around for Georgia Hookert there as Cecil Burbridge is struggling to get by.
Burbridge all over the back end. Here goes Hookert. Pick up heat race number 2 for the beginners. Checkered flag is out, as well as yellow flag. The 10M Maverick Cheechak comes to rest on the front straightaway.
Don't know what's wrong with as the heat race will finish out for them, and then almost time for the box stocks to roll out. We just gotta wait for the field to clear, and then it's gonna be interesting though for this box stock championship. Probably the closest championship battle for these micro sprints here. Your leader Ryan Wilson, Jack Smolders not too far behind.
They have been at it all year. They've traded wins every other week. Couple
Oh, yeah.
snuck a few in there, but It's really been a Ryan Wilson and Jack Smolder show here at Ohsweken Speedway. And I'm always excited to come here and see who's going to win the box stock race.
Oh, yeah. What I need to figure out is how far back or how well does Jack Smolders have to do to beat Ryan Wilson?
I believe it's just whoever finishes ahead of whoever's, you know.
That's true. Whoever has the solider finish, but rolling off now. Time for your starting lineup.
Heat race number 3 starting on the pole for this one in the 91K. That's Kedrick Miller, and his outside of the 24, that's Austin Seaburn. Rolling off third in the 72, that's Silas Podowinski, and his outside in the 77, that's Declan Salt Johnson. Rolling off fifth in the 397, that's Bryson Hill, and his outside in the 17Z, that's Zayden Miller. In the 5K, that's Caleb Miller. Rolling off seventh, and his outside in 8th, Hunter Hill in the 28H, and rounding out the field in the 77H, that's Randy Hollingshead.
Still under caution, working on, I believe that was the 28 of Hunter Hill, trying to get him all figured out. Don't know where he went, unless he's off the track now. Continuing to get him paced around here. Carter's got the white flag in hand, so now it's one more to go for your leader, Caleb Miller.
Yellow, staying yellow, 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 yellow.
Still yellow for reasons unknown. I don't see what's going on.
17Z joins the field off of corner number 1. He'll take his spot.
So now
He wasn't supposed to get a spot.
Zayden Miller. Lot of Millers tonight.
I believe they'll go green flag racing off of 4.
Yep, here we go. Let's get it started. Caleb Miller and Austin Seaburn, and Austin Seaburn will shoot down to the inside, and he'll lead him going down the backstretch down. Oh, already. Yellow flag is out. Just when we got started, yellow flag is out. Going slow there. Caleb Miller makes a little bit of contact. I didn't exactly see what happened there. Don't know if he got loose or he... I don't know exactly what happened. And now it looks like that 7-2 of Silas Podowinski is stopped there in turn number 3 and 4. Here's the replay here. Off the launch, Austin Seaburn just sends it, and looks like Caleb Miller and Silas Podowinski just got a little bit rough there and just kind of bumped off each other and separated now. Silas Podowinski's got some problems going on there with that 72S. Let's see if they can get it fired back up. But it didn't look like a lot of contact to cause any damage to the cars, but should be good now as they're going to push him off, and he's going to get fired back up. Yep, he'll rejoin the field now.
That should be a complete restart for this one. And everyone stacked back up into their proper spots. Got them all figured out.
Trying to work everything out. Caleb Miller, Austin Seaburn, Zayden Miller. Your top 3. Interesting. This is a confusing heat race here. They're going to stop on the front straightaway here to figure everything out. So, trying to figure out these starting lineups Thursday night.
72 behind us.
They're just kids, so.
Of course, of course. No, as you can see in this heat race, no Ryan Wilson or Jack Smolders or Everett Burbridge, the top 3 in points there. But 4th place, Silas Podowinski's in there. But of course, that lead battle for the points is in the staging area, getting ready to come out next.
The 72 came around and he something happened, so he's getting in his spot.
Trying to figure out the starting lineups. So me and McLean have a silent discussion about the feature winner hats for our champion driver for our winners tonight. We got a lot of championship stuff to give away. We got big trophies.
Where's my prize? Yeah. I want a trophy.
Yeah, where's our trophies? I remember. I still have my micro sprint trophies back when I used to race when I was 8 years old. You know, I was a pretty good driver myself, 3rd place, although there was 4 micro sprints.
Oh. You don't talk about the last part, but
I was 3rd place, and that's all I care about. But I don't know. Back to green flag racing. Austin Seaburn and Kayla Miller are going to start off, and Austin Seaburn blasts down to the inside, and he'll lead him with a massive gap on the rest of the pack.
Salt Johnson to the outside of the 91K. He'll move his way up to 2nd. 3 wide there going down the front straightaway.
Zayden Miller, Kayla Miller, and I believe that is Kedrick Miller there. All of the Millers there are battling it out for that 3rd, 4th place spot. Salas Podwinski there in 4th place. Now he'll try to make some moves, but out in front, it's all Austin Seaburn in that black 24.
Here goes Miller to the outside of Salt Johnson, not able to make anything happen, going down the back straightaway.
Austin Seaburn will take him to the halfway point. Declan Salt Johnson 3rd. The rest of the field starting to single file out now.
Here goes Silas Podwinski to the outside of the 17Z. Moving down the front straightaway, he'll go into 1, looking for the buy one, get one free.
Silas Podwinski will now take 2nd place over Declan Salt Johnson. Zayden Miller there, gonna start trying to make some moves. In 4th place, doesn't quite have it. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, single file out. Austin Seaburn, one more time around for him in that 24 machine.
Down the back stretch for the final time in the 24 machine. He'll take the checkered flag off of 4. It's the 24 Hurricane, Austin Seaburn.
Silas Podwinski comes by in 2nd. Declan Salt Johnson 3rd. Zayden Miller in 4th. And I believe that is Kayla Miller in 5th there. Kedrick Miller, sorry.
There's a lot of Millers.
I'm getting confused because they all have K's on the cars, except for Zayden, who has the Z. But there we go. And Millie Miller. There's a lot of Millers, but that's great to see. 63 carts, like we've said before. And getting ready to roll off. The 2-point leaders are going to duke it out again for their 2nd heat race of the night, determining their final starting spots for the feature. Give us the starting lineup.
Starting on the pole for this one in the 31T, that's Jared Bureau, and to his outside in the 02, that's Everett Burbridge. Rolling off 3rd in the 7, that's Jack Smulders, and to his outside in the 15G, that's Grayson Malloyheen. Rolling off 5th in the 6T, that's Jasmine Silversmith, and to her outside in the 18G, that's Grayson Palace. Rolling off 7th in the 81, that's Lincoln Obadiah, and rounding out the field, the 71, that's Flying Ryan Wilson.
Jared Bureau and Everett Burbridge are going to start us off, but Jack Smulders shoots down the inside, makes it 3 wide, and Jack Smulders and Everett Burbridge were going toe-to-toe there on the inside.
Smulders leads lap number 1. 31T gets a little squirrely there, gathers it back up, sits in 3rd.
Smulders has a bit of a gap down Everett Burbridge, but Everett Burbridge is coming in close. Ryan Wilson is side by side with Grayson Palace there. He's buried in the rest of the pack, and he's going to try and claw his way through the rest of them. Still doesn't have it yet, but he's running fast on that outside line. It's going to be 3 wide going into turn number 4. Him, Lincoln Obadiah, and Grayson Malloyheen.
Wilson working that outside line. He'll try and make a move now on the 31T, Jared Bureau. And out in front, Jack Smulders takes the cross flags.
Ryan Wilson's flying like his nickname. 3rd place now has carved up the rest of the field. Lincoln Obadiah and Jared Bureau in 4th place. They're going to start duking it out, and Lincoln Obadiah seems to win that one. Back out in front, Jack Smulders won't be long now till he starts to hit some lap traffic now.
2 to go there for Jack Smulders out in front. Gets by the back marker there. 1 to go for Jack Smulders.
He's got this race all but locked away, and they're single file out to about 5th place. Single file all out around the track now. Jack Smulders will take the heat race win in heat race number 2.
Looks like Wilson had him at the line there, and then Burbridge finishing in third. That one's a toss-up.
That was a good one. And that's going to make things really interesting now for points for these box stock drivers, as we'll have to see the starting lineups for the feature. As the sun continues to start to set in these early September nights, goes down a lot faster than it usually is. That should mean that we'll have championship racing under the lights. Well, we already have it under the lights, but underneath the darkness of the sky. Getting ready to roll off. It's the senior flats. And I'll give you the starting lineup as they start to roll off for heat race number 2A. Starting first in the 33 on that inside, it's Ron McGarry. Starting second in the 12, it's Nicholas Boyd. Starting third in the 15, it's Anthony Verdi. Starting in the 88 fourth place, it's Jesse McDonald. And starting fifth, it's Matt Reed in the 78. Starting sixth, it's Bailey Salt in the 66. And starting seventh, it's Daniel Calty in the 23. Starting eighth is the N64 of Dylan Bonner.
Green flag is out for Ron McGarry. He'll lead them all down the back straightaway.
Ron McGarry gets passed by Anthony Verdi and Nicholas Boyd there, and they're going to be side by side. But here comes Daniel Calty up the inside, and he'll blast right through the field and will take the lead going down to the backstretch now.
Verdi trying to stick his nose there, going into three, side by side. Looks like Verdi had the nose.
Verdi, Calty, both on the outside there. Verdi still holding on the lead, but Calty gets a lot of speed going on those back straightaways. Seems to lose it, though, before he gets it back in. He's your new leader, and he'll take it down in first place going down the backstretch right now.
Matt Reed to the outside of Anthony Verdi, shoots down, crosses the stitch. He'll get the cross flags.
Daniel Calty's really sending that outside line. Seemed to be working with him before, but can't quite make it on Matt Reed yet. Matt Reed, big difference in first place now, but Daniel Calty wants to make it side by side. Doesn't quite have it yet, but he's getting closer and closer every single time.
2 laps left to go for Matt Reed out in front. Daniel Calty sitting in second. Calty to the outside of Matt Reed. The white flag is out.
Matt Reed playing some really tough defense on Daniel Calty. Daniel Calty slips back a little bit from Matt Reed, but he's got a big launch going into turn number 3 and 4. If he wants to do something, he's going to have to do it now, but Matt Reed will take the win in heat race number 2A. Daniel Calty comes back in second, and I believe that is Nick Capolo in third.
Anthony Verdi, also on 4 motors, told me he changed one of his tires. He's got a smaller tire now, I believe on the left rear of the cart. Seemed to help him a lot there.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping up with everybody, and but Daniel Calty and Matt Reed were fast. They were fast.
They were duking it out there. And Matt Reed was playing some, that was almost, you could say it was 1985 Chicago Bears NFL defense style. He was playing some really hard ball there. Rolling out for the final heat race of the night for the senior flats. Starting first in the 77, it's Randy Hollingshead. Starting second in that 28, it's the point leader, Cameron Book. Starting third in the 4, it's Scott Hall. Starting fourth, it's Caleb Dick in the 33D. Starting fifth, it's Robbie General in the 97 JR. And starting sixth, it's the 26 of Chevy McKinley. Starting second in the 7th in the 44B, it's Isabella Lynn. Starting 8th is the 44 of Casey Huffman. Rounding out the field is Trevor Evans in the 9.
Hollingshead leads them all down the back straightaway. Sitting in the 4 car, he'll shoot down to the inside.
Scott Hall and Randy Hollingshead going toe-to-toe with each other right now. Cameron Book wants to join in on the fun, but out in front, it's Randy Hollingshead in that yellow senior flat. Scott Hall, and they're going to go side by side once again going into turn number 1.
Scott Hall now out in front, leads them all down the back straightaway. Cameron Book now passes 77 to Hollingshead.
Bit of contact there between Randy Hollingshead and that, I believe that is the 33 of Caleb Dick there. They were getting rough. They were bouncing off each other, scraping, trading paint there. It was, whew, some intense driving there.
Cameron Book trying to track down the 4 of Scott Hall. all over the rear end of that Ford machine.
Cameron Book still can't seem to get up to Scott Hall yet. Back in third place, Randy Hollingshead and Caleb Dick are still battling it out there for third place. Cameron Book now going to try and use that outside line to work one more time around for Scott Hall, but Cameron Book's got something for him, and they're going to make it side by side going into turn number 2 in the backstretch now.
Here goes Cameron Book into 3 and 4. He'll pick up the checkered flag. The second place goes to Scott Hall. Looks like Caleb Dick had third, Hollingshead, and Capolo. Is that Capolo? No, it is not.
I believe that is,
I couldn't see the number there. It looked like Capolo's cart, but he was in the last heat.
nah.
I got us both confused now.
Well, everybody's getting confused tonight. But everything's going to be sorted out for future time, and still rolling good now, and now the junior flats are going to roll out for their final heat race of the night.
Starting on the pole for this one in the 25, that's Ethan Smith, and his outside in the 88, that's Rowan Reed. Rolling off third in the 19, that's Bentley Davidson to his outside, and then 64, that's Colton Bonner. Rolling off fifth in the 28, that's Annika Skye to her outside. In the 49, that's Wyatt Smith. Rolling off seventh in the 42, that's Jack McPhail. And Nolan Kretz in the 29, machine starts eighth. Starting in the 9th in the 90, that's Tovin Dalima. And his outside in the 18, that's Elliot Stacy.
Ethan Smith gonna lead us off here for the final heat race for these junior flats.
We've got 2 around there on 1 and 2. That'll bring out the yellow flag.
Tovin DeLima and I believe that is Jack McPhail there. Yellow flag.
When you hear caution, that means slow down.
Trying to get all these drivers to slow down, keep them to some pace now.
You're probably here, Jeff.
Yeah, we are, we can't speak over Jeff when he's angry. Or at least we can try to, but you can still hear him. Commanding. Gonna be a complete restart.
That was a bit of a messy green flag there. But we'll re-rank them up and get the green flag back out.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, should be able to get this done pretty quickly here. Got a great group of drivers who can usually follow orders. Well, they always do.
25 pulling.
Trying to get everything figured out now. They might have to stop them, but seems to be good as they're gonna revert. First front row's already good.
So we've been saying Nick Capolo's name wrong. As per my dad, it is Cupolo. We were pretty close.
Cupola. Oh,
Cupolo. I mean, it makes sense.
of course.
We've been awful at names this year. Wow.
Well,
We used to have a sheet there, and now it's gone. I don't know where that
we
went.
had a magical sheet that solved all our problems. It had every single driver's name who we mispronounced, or every single driver's name who wanted us to pronounce it a certain way. It was on there. It was perfect.
Get up beside the 20.
It was pretty good. And one day, we come in, and it's gone. It disappeared.
Somebody threw it out.
Somebody threw it out. We have no idea where it went. I searched. I was in a panic because I used that basically every single thing. But the good thing is most of the drivers' names who we mispronounce, we're now getting them right. But every once in a while, we have a slip up, and it's like, we need that sheet there. But things happen, and might have to print something out and just tape it right here inside
Don't touch.
the booth. Yeah, don't touch. Anyway, getting ready to go green flag racing now. Ethan Smith is gonna lead him going into turn number 1. He's got a bit of a lead there on the rest of the field.
Smith leads them all down the back stretch into the outside. We've got a new leader.
Ethan Smith has got something bouncing off the back of his car there, a little bit hanging, something dangling off there. I believe that's with the frame. Black flag out for him, I believe. On the outside. Your new leader.
It looks just like a Nerf bar there for him. Sneaks down to the inside. Nolan Kretz, your new leader. Bonner now sitting in second. Ethan Smith still working that inside line despite the black flag.
Ethan Smith disobeying orders of the black flag. Colton Bonner now shoots by him in the rest of the field as he starts to slow down. Colton Bonner, your new race leader, and looks like we got a battle for second place with Tovin DeLima and the 18 of Elliott Stacy. They make contact going down the backstretch now.
DeLima now sitting in second. We've got the 64 of Bonner out in front. Tovin DeLima and Elliott Stacy, the top three.
Bonner's starting to get a bit more of a gap now, but Tovin DeLima's on that inside line, and he'll take the lead. All three of them are battling for first place. Elliott Stacy now will take second place over Colton Bonner, and yellow flag is out for that. 42 of Jack McPhail goes for a bit of a spin on the front stretch.
We got to stack them back up. Let's give more of a chance for the top three to get back at her. They're going after. They all want the lead, and
Oh yeah.
got a single file restart right here. Tovin DeLima, Elliott Stacy, and Bonner, the top three.
Oh, looks like something's glowing there on that 19 of.
You are ahead of the 18.
It was the 19 of Bentley Davidson. Something's glowing on that car. Don't know if that was the brakes there. It was glowing hot. It was like a LED light, basically. You might be able to see it on the backstretch now. It's even sparks are even coming out. Look at it there. Both
Oh, that's some hot brakes right there.
those brakes are bright. Look at them right there, sparking off the ground and everything. So those brakes definitely putting in the overtime shift plus extra.
I don't think they should be running that hot. They're only flat cards. Unless he's riding the brake the whole way around, it shouldn't be that bright orange.
We're gonna bring a whole new meaning to beating the brakes off here.
And see, if you look close enough, you can't see it now, but when they're going into one, you can see that little plate that's behind the driver. You're going to want that, especially when the brakes are that hot.
Oh yeah. Doesn't seem to have any problems though, as he'll let the rest of the field pass him by. Tovin DeLima, your leader. Colton Bonner, and I believe that is Colton Bonner and Elliott Stacy now. They're going to be battling it out for some spots. Colton Bonner falls back a little bit. It's Tovin DeLima, and he'll take the win. Elliott Stacy comes in second. Nolan Kretz third. Colton Bonner fourth. Jack McPhail fifth. And looks like he's still burning up there.
Yeah, that ain't good. But
Yeah.
that's all I can say. That ain't good. But yeah,
Bentley Davidson's sparking going down the backstretch now.
he's going to want to get out of that one.
He's going to take it to the inside, and he might want to get out of that car pretty quickly now.
They're telling him to.
He's asking, what's going on?
Good thing he had that plate there. His bum would be a little hot.
Oh, yeah. He gets out of the cart. Starts to take the gear off now. Race med rolling up on the scene with the fire extinguisher in hand.
I'm wondering if that brake was just engaged and it kind of stuck, because there's no way you run the brake.
No,
I don't know. There's no reason the brake should be that hot.
no, I've never seen that happen before, and he's calling for the crowd to make some noise for him.
Or his parents. I don't know which one.
I don't know.
I'd want some noise.
Yeah,
Brakes are that hot.
Oh yeah, he's gonna grab his gear and he'll start the trek back as they'll just pick up the smoking hot cart, and they're gonna
Be
roll it
careful
off.
there, Trevor DeBoer.
Still trying to put it out with the fire extinguishers. That thing is burning like a bonfire.
It ain't cool.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before on a flat cart or a micro sprint in general. Interesting. As it'll get pushed off, and should be time for the final heat race of the night before we go to our intermission. Which I believe we're gonna do some sort of interviews. We'll get something for you folks here at the halftime, whether it'll be interviews or us talking about points. We'll get something to keep you guys entertained. So don't go away for too long after this, but getting ready to roll off right now as RaceMed continues to work on the scene of the crime there in turn number 2, as they're going to pull off now. The top cheddar's getting ready to push off.
Top cheddar.
Top
I
cheddar.
came up with that, did I not?
You came up with that.
Look what I
Believe that was that
turned you into a monster. Top cheddar monster. That's what.
on the top cheddar monster.
Huh.
I don't think after we brought that, after you said that name, we brought it in. I don't think I've ever went a single broadcast without calling these the top cheddar. Not once.
Probably, yeah. Well, the open micro sprints out on the racetrack. Heat race number 2 goes like this, starting on the pole at Ancaster in the 16. That's 96. That's Brendan Haggard. Rolling out third at Haggardsville in the 24K. That's Kiana Teal. And her outside in the 770. That's Cameron Olm at Port Colborne. Rolling off in that 5th spot in the 88. That's Riley Mercer out of Brantford and is outside of the 4K. At a well, and that's Riley Karen. Rounding out the open micro sprint field in the 0J at a Six Nations. It's the Iceman, Johnny Miller.
This is gonna be not a lot of words to describe something that's gonna have a lot of words to describe it once it's done. Still getting everybody, and now they're gonna start to speed up, double up, get them ready to roll. Point leader Brennan Hager in second place there. Him and Campbell Baker are gonna fire him off one more time around for these carts. Don't forget Cameron Ohm, Kiana Teal, third and fourth there. There are some solid drivers, Riley Mercer, Johnny Miller, and Riley Karen. It's time to go for the final heat race of the night. Campbell Baker and Brendan Hager are duking it out, going down the backstretch right now for the first place position.
Hager working that outside line on Campbell Baker. Baker leads lap number 1.
Baker's got a lot of speed in that car, but Brendan Hager's got a lot of skill with that 96 machine. They're trading places, and Brendan Hager's your new leader going down the front stretch. Kiana Teal joins the breakaway of the 2 cars, and she'll start to work on Campbell Baker, and she'll take second place from him now.
Baker trying to sneak his nose down to the inside of Kiana Teal. Teal shuts the door. Hager out in his own little world.
Kiana Teal's got a lot of speed, but doesn't have enough to catch up to Brendan Hager. He is flying right now with almost a half straightaway lead on the rest of the field. Campbell Baker's trying to fight for his second place spot, but still doesn't have it yet.
Brendan Hager with a good gap there over Kiana Teal, Campbell Baker. And we've got a battle here for 4th between Cameron Olm and Johnny Miller.
Cameron Ohm currently leading, but Johnny Miller is given a lot of speed. He'll shoot down to that inside line, doesn't quite have it yet. Cameron Ohm holding on to that 4th place position, but Johnny Miller is getting closer and closer every lap.
He's trying to get by that 770 Cameron Olm. 2 laps left to go for Brendan Hager.
Brendan Hager still flying around, has got almost a full straightaway lead. One more time around, Kiana Teal doesn't quite have enough room to make anything happen yet. Brendan Hager is in his own world, and he'll take heat race win number 2 for these open micro sprints. Kiana Teal comes in second, Campbell Baker in third, Cameron Ohm 4th, and Riley Karen in 5th.
I believe Riley Karen was some of the lap traffic there, so I believe Johnny Miller picked up that spot. That will conclude all the heat racing for the night, and we'll jump into a couple interviews.
Yeah, we'll be back very shortly.
Test 1, 2, check, check. Here with Ryan Wilson, the point leader coming in tonight. What are you going to do to beat competitor Jack Smolders?
I have to get top 3 to clinch the point lead, so I just have to get top three, or just find a way to get past him if he goes up.
So, are you going to miss that hat? Or Austin Seaburn drives that 24 box stock. He now has a new white Bass Pro Shop hat, so that's all his. He's dancing in the background. Well, what do you... anybody you'd like to thank to getting you here every night?
Ken's Auto, my dad, Hunter Plumbing. Yeah.
Awesome. Ryan Wilson, 71 box stock. Up next, Jack Smolders.
Here with Jack Smolders here, second place in points. So, final feature race of the season coming up. You're second place in points. Now, what do you think you have to do to have a solid finish tonight and bring home that box stock championship?
Well, first of all, I have to get first, and Ryan Wilson has to get down to fourth, and it's going to look rough. He's fast tonight, so is Austin. It's going to be a great race.
Yeah. What do you have any specific strategy or anything you're thinking of that can help you put it in victory lane tonight?
I have a low gear, so I'm going to have to running the top and getting on the apex quickly.
All right, perfect. Thank you for joining me in this quick little interview, and good luck in your feature tonight. That'll do it for Jack Smolders, and that should be it for our interviews for this intermission.
back from intermission here. Beginners all fired up, ready for their feature race. Ready to get it on and crown a new champion.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting here for these beginners, as we're scrambling to get everything ready right now. Going to be an interesting feature here, and I'll give you the starting lineup once they start to roll off in a second. And here we go. Final race of the season for the beginners. It's time to meet the starting lineup. Starting first in the 02, it's Cecil Burbridge. Starting second in that 94, it's Georgia Hookert. Starting third in the 14, it's Diesel Montour. Starting fourth in the 97, it's Andy Gray. Starting fifth in the 10M, it's Maverick Chichok. And starting sixth in the 9, it's Braden Pettit. Starting seventh, it's Christopher Young in the 7. And starting eighth, it's Casey Walker in the 09. Starting ninth, it's Jolene Hookert in the 96. 10th in that 78M, it's Millie Miller. And rounding out the field in the 17, it's Travis Whitaker.
Down the backstretch for the final time, Burbridge, Hookert on the front row. This is the Cool Kids Ice and Water Beginner Micro Sprint Racing. Green flag is out.
Cecil Burbridge and Hookert are going to go toe-to-toe with each other. Andy Gray's going to join in on the front. He'll take second place away from Hookert. Cecil Burbridge is all out in front, and he is absolutely flying right now.
Burbridge leads lap number 1. Andy Gray sitting in that second spot. Hookert sitting in third. Diesel Montour and Braden Pettit the top 5.
Burbridge running high on that outside line. Andy Gray on that inside line. Cecil Burbridge still has a bit of a gap there to that second place 97. Those top two are running down the backstretch pretty solid right now. Not a lot of action going on. Everybody's single file out, rolling around right now.
9 laps left to go here in this feature race. Burbridge out in front. Here goes Braden Pettit trying to make a move on the 14 of Diesel Montour. That 17, had a little bit of smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, Travis Whitaker had a lot of smoke coming out in front of his car there. Back out in front, though, Cecil Burbridge is absolutely flying right now, has almost a half a straightaway lead to the rest of the field.
Good gap out there for the 02 of Burbridge, who is the point leader coming into this race. I believe he wants to take this championship home.
Oh yeah, he is flying right now and looks like he has been pretty dominant. So he is going to start to pass on that 17 of Travis Whitaker, going to put him a lap down now out in front. Andy Gray pretty far behind to the rest of the group now.
That 02 about to hit some back markers here. Andy Gray still sitting in second. Hookert still in that third spot with 4 laps left to go.
Cecil Burbridge is going to start to make some moves on that 09 of Casey Walker and that 7 of Christopher Young. Blue flag out for them. He's going to shoot by them, and now he almost has a full straightaway to the rest of the field.
Andy Gray gets by some of those back markers. 2 laps left to go for Burbridge. He has run a really good race here tonight and looking to pick up a championship.
Burbridge has been dominant. All he's got to do is keep it nice and steady for these final times around. And the white flag is out. One more time around for the point leader, Cecil Burbridge.
In that 02C, Cecil Burbridge has run a really good season here at Ohsweken Speedway. He'll pick up the feature race win and the championship.
Give it up for your new champion for the beginner micro sprints, the 02 Cecil Burbridge out of St. George, Ontario in that 02. We will catch up with Cecil Burbridge in a second when he is going to pull it not only into victory lane, but he'll pull it right out in front to right in front of our camera where we'll get an interview with the winner and the champion.
McLean, I got to jump on. We got breaking news here. Big Brian Powless just gave me $10,000 for next Saturday's race. The Nationals now $30,000 to win on Saturday, September 14th. So as Jack gets set up for his championship interview, we'll talk about that. But that's some good news for you guys to be pumped up about. $30,000 to win. How cool is that? That's pretty awesome, eh, Mac?
Oh, yeah, that's a big bucks for some one lucky winner. So excited to see who wins that race.
For sure. We'll get Jack get out there and get the interview going. I couldn't wait to get on the air with you guys and make the announcement. I know we got viewers at home, but 30K now. It may even continue to grow. But 2,000 to win to start, 30,000 to win for the 360s next Saturday night. It's going to be awesome. Jack's getting ready to go. Turn it back to you guys. Keep up the good work, boys.
Bringing it out, he's got the feature winner hat on. Everybody give it up for the new champion of the beginners, Cecil Burbridge. Well, Cecil, congrats on the win tonight and congrats on a great season. What did you have to do to get it in victory lane and to take home the championship tonight?
I don't know.
Pretty solid performance tonight. Congrats on the championship. Anybody who you'd like to thank for bringing home this check and that trophy tonight? All right, that'll do it. Everybody give it up for your new champion, Cecil Burbridge in the beginners, 0-2. What a dominant performance tonight for this driver.
Cecil Burbridge picks up the feature race win and the championship here at Ohsweken Speedway. Box stocks up next for their feature race event. 15 laps of distance for this one. Starting on the pole in the 71, it's Flying Ryan Wilson. It is outside of the 7 machine, that's Jack Smolders. Rolling off third in the 72, that's Silas Podowinski. And his outside of the 5K, that's Caleb Miller. Rolling off fifth in the 17Z, that's Zayden Miller. And his outside of the 77, that's Declan Salt Johnson. Rolling off seventh in the 81, that's Lincoln Obadiah. And his outside in the 02, that's Everett Burbridge. Rolling off ninth in the 18G, that's Grayson Palace. And his outside in the 91K, that's Kedrick Miller. Rolling off 11th in the 15G, that's Grayson Malloy. And to his outside in the 31T, that's Jared Bureau. And rolling off in that 13th spot, the 397, that's Bryson Hill. Jasmine Silversmith in the 6T rolls off from that 14th spot. And 15th, the 28H, that's Hunter Hill. Austin Seaburn in the 16 machine is outside, and rounding out the field in 77H, that's Randy Hollingshead, which has not made a race yet so far tonight. Caution flag is back out.
Look at that field, and could this not be any more storybook? The 2-point leaders, close battle, side by side, under the lights. They're gonna duke it out here for the 15-lap championship to end off the season. Ryan Wilson and Jack Smolders are gonna go to war here to see who's gonna bring home the Box Stock Micro Sprint Championship.
Getting that 28H of Hunter Hill off the racetrack. That is a bit of a heartbreak for the 28H, but we've got some box stock racing to do.
A lot of anticipation, massive field here for these karts. Jack Smolders and Ryan Wilson side by side, green flags out. Let's crown a champion in this feature race tonight.
Wilson leads them all down the back straightaway. Here goes Jack Smolders. He'll make a move down to the inside.
Smolders has got to win, and Wilson's got to finish fourth to come home with the championship. But right now, Wilson's got a lot of dominance and power there. He's leading Jack Smolders down the back straightaway now, but Smolders has got something up his sleeve. Doesn't quite have it yet, though, on Ryan Wilson as they start to bridge off from the rest of the field.
Jack Smolders trying to make some moves on the 71 of Ryan Wilson, who's playing really good defense in that Ken's Auto 71.
Rest of the field starting to single file out now. Not a lot of action going on. Everybody single file out now. Third and fourth place, Silas Podwinski and Everett Burbridge. They're battling for third place going on the front stretch right now.
Jack Smolders making some moves on the 71 of Ryan Wilson there. Can't seem to come up with anything to get by the Ken's Auto 71.
10 laps left to go now. Still a lot of time to make up for these carts, and now it looks like Ryan Wilson's gonna get inside some lap traffic there. They're still fighting for some positions.
Ryan Wilson about to hit some back markers here. Maybe it'll give Jack Smolders a bit of a chance in that 7 machine. He'll make a move out to the outside, crosses back down to the bottom.
Smolders is trying to do everything he can to get by Ryan Wilson, but doesn't quite have it yet. Ryan Wilson still playing some really tough defense here, not letting Smolders get any chance. They'll take him to the cross flag. 7 more laps to go for the leader, Ryan Wilson.
That 71 machine of Ryan Wilson about to hit some heavy back markers here. Jack Smolders swerves out of the way. He'll gather it back up and try to attack that 71.
If anything, those lap traffic cars seem to make him faster as he even widens the gap more on Jack Smolders. Now as the laps keep winding down, he's really got it in the bag. All he's got to do is keep it steady, but a yellow flag can really help Jack Smolders. Oh, they make contact. Smolders flips in the air.
Wow, that was a wild flip there for the 7. That was a nasty flip.
Believe that will do it for Jack Smolders tonight. What a wild flip there.
He's moving around in the cart, so it does seem like he is okay, but wow, that was not a pretty flip.
Yeah, they were getting pretty rough there going on the front, and when Jack Smolders went side by side with him, they seemed to make contact, and he went for a tumble. That's something you'd see on the big track with these 360s. Wild wreck for the feature for these box stocks tonight.
Ray Smet over there hoping that 7 machine of Jack Smolders out. It looked like he just got into that 71 of Ryan Wilson, and it just kind of sent him over.
Yeah. Now he was moving in the car. They're going to work on taking the helmet off for him now. Nasty wreck.
He looks to be okay. Here's the replay here. Smolders dives down to the inside, clips that front end of Ryan Wilson. That just sent him over.
Yeah, he went for a big tumble there. What was that, 3-4 flips there almost? And he's out of the car. Give it up for Jack Smolders, who will wave to the crowd. He'll walk off under his own power, taking the gloves off there as they'll pull off that mangled 7 machine.
That is a tough break for Jack Smolders.
Especially right there in the points. We talked about it earlier, as we can take a look at the replay here again. Dives down to that inside, clips the tire, goes sideways, and then it just looks like the wing sent him flying there.
And even like, it just, the wheels hitting each other just propelled him up and over, and
Yeah.
definitely a big tumble.
Oh yeah, and especially that wing there, landing like that, starting going for a tumble, but he'll take it off under his own power. And now we should be able to get these cars fired up soon. And should be ready to roll off now to finish off the rest of the race. Got over halfway done. And now Ryan Wilson's it's open sailing for him if he wants to take home that championship. Starting to push cars off and get him refired right now, I believe. Or not yet. But yeah, Ryan Wilson, now he's got no competition for that championship. All he's got to do is just keep it nice and calm. Sitting pretty nice there over in turn number 1.
Jack Smolders got a little bit of his wing there. It's tilted a bit to
Oh
the
yeah,
right.
I can see it there.
all lined up, ready to get it going. Austin Seaburn's made his way up from the back of the field. Looks to be sitting in fourth, fifth.
We'll find out. They did go for a bit of a, some cars slowed, some cars sped up. I believe on the backstretch I saw a bit of contact with some cars. Not anything major, but just slight bump there. But yeah, they're getting them ready to roll off here, get them all regrouped. Of course, back out waiting, the senior flats, they're waiting for their event, and Cameron Book to bring home the championship tonight. He's basically got it locked up.
Did you hear how much we got now for the Saturday Nationals?
I heard an extra 10,000 being held on, but then I had to run out with the trophy and all the equipment, so I'm not exactly sure what the payout is now.
Good whopping 30 grand for your Northern Sprint Car National winner for the Saturday night. That will that'll be a fun one to watch.
Oh yeah.
It will be live on G-Force, but I think you might want to come in person to see some sprint car action, especially to cap off Ohsweken Speedway's season.
Yeah, final event of the season. I don't know why you wouldn't want to come out there and experience these drivers battling out. Every single Nationals has always been an absolute showstopper. So what better time than a couple weeks from now?
Getting everybody lined back up. Looks to be they're almost finished with this process.
Should be good now. They got everybody lined up there, and we'll await for this one to finish to crown Ryan Wilson championship, and he'll get some interesting talk out of him, have him reflect on his season there. Getting ready to push off now. Believe it's single file restart. Yep. All right. We can get him back in. Ready. Carter, yellow flag in hand. Going to putt around for, I believe, a couple more laps.
With only 4 laps left to go in this box stock feature, Ryan Wilson sits out in front. We've got Burbridge sitting in second, and Grayson Powell will round out the top 3. Silas Podowinski and Austin Seaburn the top 5 for this one. Ryan Wilson will take the white flag off of 4.
One more time around for the point leader. Flying Ryan Wilson, Everett Burbridge in second. Grayson Powell, Silas Podwinski there. Then it's Austin Seaburn, Jared Biro there, top 6. Here we go, let's go back for the final 4 laps of the box stock season.
Ryan Wilson down the back stretch. We've got Burbridge who'll look to make a move down to the inside.
Everett Burbridge definitely wants to try and make some moves on that purple 71. End the season off on a win. Doesn't quite have it yet though, but as Ryan Wilson still holds on to that lead, but he's getting closer and closer every time. Won't be long now till he's right on his back bumper.
2 laps left to go for Ryan Wilson, who's out in front. We've got Burbridge sitting in second. Battle for third between Seaburn and Powless.
Austin Seaburn on that inside line there, side by side, but Powless has got it as Ryan Wilson will take it around for the final time, and Austin Seaburn and Grayson Powless make contact. Looks like the season won't end here as Austin Seaburn, and I believe that is Grayson Powless, get into some contact there and group together there.
I think that should call for a green white checker.
Believe it would be, so that gives Everett Burbridge a chance to end the season on a high note with the win. He's been a pretty solid competitor all season. Of course, 3rd in points.
Well, Ryan Wilson's got to sit just a wee bit longer till he can pull it up in front of Victory Lane and grab that trophy, grab that check, grab that hat.
Yeah, it'd be interesting for him, but Everett Burbridge might be the one to steal the hat away from him.
I really hope it isn't Austin Seaburn again. That was a little chaotic.
Austin Seaburn, great. He's a good interview. Always good. Yellow flag still out, and look at Everett Burbridge there. He is ready to rumble. Right there on the back bumper. He's chasing him. He's ready.
Chomping at the bit.
It's like he's
right up on that bumper, Ryan Wilson.
almost like he's being towed there, how close he is.
He isn't giving him much of room there. He wants every bit of chance he can get, and he's taking it.
Oh, he's ready to fire there. That's going to make it interesting to see if Everett Burbridge can bring home, which would be good that both Burbridges will come home with a win tonight. But Ryan Wilson will still lead him, and he's had a lot of speed tonight, of course, and definitely still has a lot of speed to finish off this one-lap race.
The 18G had a pull off there. He's now in the infield. Still yellow flag. I believe that was the reason.
Yeah, Grayson Palace there. I believe that is Grayson Palace there. Sitting on that inside turn 3 and 4, trying to get everybody to speed up. Top 6, top 7 in one group. Then you got the rest in the other group, and now Grayson Palace will rejoin the field now, and everything should be good now. Just got to get everybody grouped together. Should be in the right order. Got the call that Austin Seaburn needs to be towards the back of the field. People are getting a little bit frustrated right now, especially for those senior flats. They seem to be pretty relaxed right now, just getting ready for their final event of the season. And there we go. That looks pretty good to you, doesn't it?
I sure hope so. I ain't looking on the lineup.
Yeah. Just got to get Austin Seaburn to the back there, and then should be good to go.
17Z pulls off the racetrack. Everybody's ready to go. They're chomping at the bit, but a bit of confusion there at the back of the pack. That'll Carter along with the white flag in hand one more time, then we can set them loose and cap off the Box Stock 2024 season.
Everett Burbridge has got the power and he's got the skill, but can he match Ryan Wilson, who's been dominant almost all season? Let's see what he's got for him here. It's 1 to go for your champion, Ryan Wilson.
Ryan Wilson leads them all down the back straightaway. Here goes Burbridge. Can't make a move down to the inside. Kenzato, 71. That's Ryan Wilson. He'll pick up the win and the championship here at Ohsweken Speedway in the Cool Kids Ice and Water Box Stock division.
Everett Burbridge will come home in second. Then it's Silas Podwinski and Jared Biro. That'll round out your top 4 as Ryan Wilson will bring it all the way down in front of the camera to collect his check, his trophy, and his hat.
And what happened there with Jack Smolders? What was going through your mind there when he dove down to the inside?
Saw him last second, then he jumped my tire and then flipped over.
And anybody you'd like to thank to getting you here for this championship season?
My dad, Ken's Auto, Answer Filter, DJD Graphics, Remax, Francis Brogan, and Slagder Construction.
And that's it for the 71 of Ryan Wilson. He picks up the 2024 championship here at Ohsweken Speedway.
That'll do it for our interview with the champion, Ryan Wilson. Now getting ready to roll off, Cameron Book gonna bring home his championship for the senior flats, but he's still got a race to run. Gonna be interesting to see if he can pick up the hat, the check, and the trophy here. And here they're gonna roll off. Got a nice 19 car lineup, 20 laps to go. It's time for the starting lineup for this senior flat feature. Starting first on the N64, it's Dylan Bonner. Starting second in the 23, it's Daniel Calty. Starting third in the 78, it's Matt Reed. Fourth is Cameron Book, the point leader in the 28. Fifth is Nick Cupolo in that 751. Sixth is Caleb Dick in that 33D. Seventh is Randy Hollingshead in that 77. Eighth is Adam Stasilla in that 18. Ninth is Anthony Verdi in the 15. 10th is Isabella Lynn in the 44B. 11th is Ron McGarry in the 33. 12th is Robbie General in the 97 JR. 13th is Casey Huffman in the 44. 14th, Chevy McKinley in the 26. 15th, Jesse McDonald in the 88. 16th, Scott Hall in the 4th. 17th, Nicholas Boyd in the 12. 18th, Bailey Salt in the 66. And 19, Trevor Evans in the 90. Probably did not need to rush that there, but got 19 senior flats. So going to be interesting to see how this race is going to turn out. Let's go racing for one final time in these senior flats. Daniel Calty is going to lead them off going into turn number 1.
Daniel Calty out in front. He'll come off of corner 4. He'll lead lap number 1.
Dylan Bonner and Karen Book are going to be battling for second place. They're 3 wide for first place going down the front back straightaway. Daniel Calty, Cameron Book in second now. He'll shoot down to the inside, and now he's going to make a challenge for first place against Daniel Calty.
Cameron Book reeling in that 23 of Daniel Calty, who is out in front. We got Matt Reed sitting in third, Caleb Dick, and Isabella Lynn, the top 5 at the moment.
Cameron Book can't seem to catch up to Calty there in front. Cars starting to single file out now as the battle. Nick Cupolo is battling for some spots there with Anthony Verdi. They make a bit of contact there and drive off.
Here goes Caleb Dick now to the inside of Matt Reed. Both shuffle up the racetrack. Caleb Dick now sits in third.
Believe Robbie General has a problem with his 97 JR. They're gonna call the yellow flag as he comes to a stop in turn number 3. And he can't pull it off the track, so they're gonna have to go yellow.
Looks like he's just gonna push it off, and
now it looks like, I believe that's Dylan Bonner has got a problem with his car. Actually, he's taking a look at something. Did his chain fall off?
maybe. It doesn't look like it's nothing major. Really hops back in the cart.
Should be able to get it free fire there. Yep, they're should be able to rejoin the field. Pacing around, Daniel Calty had a lot of speed going in there, but Cameron Book tried to do something. Didn't quite have it yet, so Calty, who's been really solid all night, got a pretty strong chance to bring home that win.
Single file restart. 5 laps on the board. 15 laps left to go. Carter Long will give them the white flag one more time around, and we'll cut them loose.
Cameron Book will try to make something here. They're getting all bunched up together. Calty, Book. Believe that is Dick there in the 33. Then it's Reed, Isabel Lynn, Hollingshead. A lot of strong drivers here. Let's see what they have for Daniel Calty as the green flag's back out.
Calty leads them all down the backstretch. Caleb Dick looks trying to make a move on the 28 of Cameron Book.
Calty's just flying there, and now looks like Caleb Dick will try to make some moves on that 30, on that 28 of Cameron Book. That 33 machine's getting close, but back in 4th place. They're battling Matt Reed, Isabel Lynn, Randy Hollingshead. They're almost 3 wide there. Randy Hollingshead and Isabel Lynn are side by side going down the backstretch right now.
Caleb Dick now all over the back end of the 28 of Cameron Book, trying to reel him in and get him out of his way, but Cameron Book's giving him a good run.
Right behind us, right behind them, Matt Reed and Randy Hollingshead. They're going side by side, make a bit of contact. They lose a lot of speed there, make contact line for Isabel Lynn to steal the spots right under their noses. They fall back a couple more. And will lead in yellow flag is out. I believe that's Nicholas Boyd on the backstretch there, who's turned around.
And it looks to be Caleb Dick now has the position over Cameron Book. We missed that one.
Interesting.
Oh, no.
I'm almost breaking a sweat here. How much I'm gonna go. There's action everywhere you look.
It is a little warm in here, though.
That is true. We lost. We still need the air conditioning. I don't understand how people are wearing hoodies. I mean, it's not even October yet. But back to the race. Nobody can catch up to him. And we're halfway done with this feature race. 10 up, 10 to go. Let's see if Dick can continue to put the pressure on Book. Here we go. We're going to retry it again. And Calty once again blasts off to the outside line, and he'll start to drive away.
Daniel Calty already with a good sized gap over Cameron Book, who's still sitting in that second spot. Caleb Dick with Isabel Lynn all over his rear end.
Isabella Lynn and Dick are going to start to make some contact. Nick Capello, Randy Hollingshead, they're all joining in. We got a 5-person battle for third place, fourth place, fifth place. They're all duking it out right now.
Cameron Buck is separated there from Caleb Dick, who's fallen back a couple spots. Matt Reed and Isabella Lynn now going at it for third.
Isabella Lynn on that inside. Now Matt Reed switches to that inside. Randy Hollingshead on that outside. And oh, Isabella Lynn goes for a bit of a spin. Caution's out for Isabella Lynn, and she does not look too happy. Hands in the air, showing some emotion to some of the drivers there.
Definitely not happy about that one. Here's the replay.
Looked like just a little bit of rough racing, and she just went in, got a little bit turned by Matt Reed there, and just looked like a little incident there. Back trying to figure things out, trying to figure out things with Matt Reed.
78 to the rear of the field.
Calling for Matt Reed to go to the tail of the field for that incident with Isabella Lynn. Not gonna fight about it. He's just gonna let them all pass the room.
How's that line up? 78's going to the rear.
Yeah, plus he goes to the back.
78 to the rear.
Still waiting for the rest of the field to pass him. He's going pretty wide out there. Gonna put him back with Isabella Lynn. Back out in front though, Daniel Calty's getting ready for him to rock it off once again to try and take home that win tonight for that 23. Been pretty solid all year. Seems like he's got the speed to get it done, but Cameron Book could always pull something out at the last minute and take it home. We've seen it before, and we could see it happen again tonight.
Carter Long with the green flags in hand. He'll cut him loose off of 4.
Calty once again shoots off. Dick and Book are now battling for second place, but Book seems to break off from that now. Hollingshead is going to start going 3 wide there with Dick, and I believe that is the... Not sure who that was. Back on the track though, Daniel Calty still out in front, Book in second there. And you can see battle for fourth place going on. Randy Hollingshead and Caleb Dick, Nick Capolo in there too, Bailey Salt. Yellow flag is out. Nicholas Boyd and Matt Reed go for some more contact now.
That'll bring out the caution flag. Don't know if Nicholas... I believe he's just showing his displeasure there. Definitely not fun to see. But he'll have to join the tail end of the field after that incident. And Ron McGarry pulls up on corner 1. Not sure what happened to him.
He's going to pull it off right there. They're going to try and figure out what's going on with him. Back out on the track though. Yellow flag out. Daniel Calty leads. He's continuing to blast off and got a lot of power on the under that 23 machine. Cameron Book, soon to be crowned champion here. Only a couple more laps till he can pull it in and grab that check and the championship trophy.
One more time by, and we'll go back. Green flag racing, Daniel Calty, Cameron Book, and that 36. Or is that the 26 of McKinley?
I believe that is the 26 of McKinley, and Cupolo is right back there in about 6th place. I was confused there for a second, but green flag's back out racing, and Calty continues. But here comes McKinley on the outside, Randy Hollingshead on the inside. Dick and Cupolo make a bit of contact there, but Book out in 2nd place is holding position well.
Cameron Book trying to defend off that 26 of McKinley, who is working that inside line on Cameron Book. Hollingshead looking at it out of his cart.
Book holding solid in that 2nd place. Calty's got a lot of speed, and believe yellow flag is out. I believe that is Isabella Lynn. Goes for a tumble. Spin out there, gonna get her refired. Just heard that somebody might have lost a tire.
Yeah, definitely. You might need one of those. I think you need those.
Yeah, I believe that might be Caleb Dick's tire, as he's stopped there and he's wondering.
Yep, that is. It is not there.
Yeah. Might be pretty awkward to realize people are pointing at you, telling you what's going on, and you realize, where's my tire?
Yeah, you definitely need those to race.
Yeah, especially, was that the front one he lost to? Yeah,
Yeah.
you might need that one.
I don't know as much as the right can do as much as the left.
Calty and Book are gonna continue to pace around, single file restart, 3 more laps to go. All Calty's got to do is keep driving like he was, or is, and he'll bring home the win tonight. But we're gonna get Cameron Book up here in front of the camera, and we'll get him.
I believe he had that championship locked down coming into tonight.
He's solid all year, and don't think anybody else could really combat him. Yeah, he has a 76, I believe, point lead.
And sitting in second is Anthony Verdi in the 15. He was as surprised as I was when I told him.
Second in points.
He was pretty shocking there in that 15 machine. And green flag is out.
Looks like Calty might have lost a bit of speed now, but Cameron Book's on the inside, and now Cameron Book and McKinley, they're gonna battle for first place. Calty, Book, they're battling as the laps keep winding down. Book is your new leader on the inside line.
Cameron Book working that inside line. Hollingshead looking to get into the mix. Here goes Calty down the inside. Yellow flag is out.
That is the That's the 26 of McKinley there.
We have 18.
These things stay in order.
Book, your new leader, he had something for Calty there. Blasted by him, and he'll lead him. So now your new lineup is Cameron Book, Daniel Calty, Randy Hollingshead, and then Trevor Evans, which was my bad. Thought that was McKinley there.
I know, they look like a 36 to me.
Yeah, I saw the 6 there, but that's just the design of the car that messed us up, so we're sorry about that. But Trevor Evans is in 4th place, so been running solid all night. And we'll see if Cameron Book can bring home the win, the hat, the trophy, the check, everything now. Because Calty fell back a little bit and he lost a bit of speed there. But once Cameron Book got on that lead, it looked like he was playing some tough defense. So with only 2 laps left to go for him, let's see if he's got something.
Cameron Book, Daniel Calty, Hollingshead the top 3. Green flag is out.
Cameron Book's got a big launch going into turn number 1, but Calty's seemingly closing the gap on him now. He's getting closer and closer every lap, but it's one more timer around for the leader and the new champion, Cameron Book.
Cameron Book down the backstretch for the final time in that blue number 28 machine. He'll pick up the future race win here at Ohsweken Speedway and your 2024 Flat Senior Division champion.
Daniel Calty comes home in second. I believe that's Trevor Evans in third and Randy Hollingshead in fourth. We'll get out there and have a word with him soon. Gets the check out in front, taking the gloves off, got the trophy and the hat. New champion, Cameron Book. Come around for an interview. Well, Cameron, seemed like you had a dominant performance all season, and how does it feel to come home not only with a win tonight, but to cap off your season with the Senior Flat Championship?
Feels pretty good. We've been trying to get this for a couple years now, and we finally got it after a couple years, so it feels pretty good to get it finally. Couldn't have asked for a better track, better night, better guys to race with than tonight, so it was pretty good.
Anybody you'd like to thank for getting you into this championship winning vehicle tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my parents for getting me into the sport, you know, my whole family, you know, getting me in, sponsorships, and, you know, just everybody that's helped out over the years, got us here where we are now, so, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much, and congrats on your championship, sir.
Have a good one.
Everybody give it up for your new champion, Cameron Book, in that blue 28 machine. Been dominant all season. It's got to be good to come home with the championship and a win on the last Thursday night of the year.
And that was a word from your Flat Senior Kart Championship here at Ohsweken Speedway, Cameron Book. He'll get his kart pushed back into the pit area, and the Junior Flats ready to get out onto the racetrack and get so you can crown a champion.
Yep, believe championship has already been locked up for these Junior Flats. Right now, current point leader Wyatt Smith, and then in behind there, Ethan Smith. Yep, he's been pretty solid. It's a lot of wins there on his board there. What is that?
You guys looking forward to the next interview?
5 wins for your current championship leader, Wyatt Smith. Been pretty dominant all season. When he didn't win, he definitely came in second there.
Rolling off first for this one in the 18 machine, that's Elliot Stacy, and is outside of the 29, that's Nolan Kretz. Rolling off third in the 42, that's Jack McPhail, and it is outside of the N64, that's Colton Bonner. Rolling off fifth in the 9D, that's Tovin DeLima, and his outside of the 49, that's Wyatt Smith. Rolling off that 7th spot in the 19, that's Bentley Davidson, and his outside of the 25, that's Ethan Smith, Annika Skye, and Rowan Reed round out the field.
Nolan Kretz shoots down to that inside line, and he'll lead him going down the back stretch now. On that outside, can't see who's driving that car. Doesn't have any sort of bodywork on it there. Then I believe that's
Smith.
And then Elliot Stacy there in third place.
Wyatt Smith now working that inside line, and Nolan Kretz passes them. They're going into one. Tovin DeLima goes around there on the front straightaway, and that will bring up the caution flag. 12 laps left to go.
I got confused for a second there. I went to say, and where's the bodywork on the car? Like, oh.
It doesn't look as pretty as it used to, but
Thank.
as soon as he goes to pick up the championship and he's have a body on the car.
Oh yeah. Oh.
The luck for that one's definitely not fun, but
Well, doesn't have to look too pretty if you win almost every single race. So,
honestly, I'm surprised. Like after he sailed that, he wasn't in the cart, by the way. I wish we got that on camera. That the throttle hung, that thing went right through the infield and up the banking 3 and 4, right into the hay bales. No one was in the cart, but that was fun to watch.
ever since that incident, you could say he was pedal to the metal, full throttle all the way through. And the rest of the season, got to be good to come home with the championship tonight. Although, believe he might not. Some circumstances could happen where he couldn't come home with the championship, but he's been dominant all year. So it would be a pretty once-in-a-blue moon occurrence for him to not take home this championship tonight.
Still 12 laps to go on the board for this one. Junior Flats out on the racetrack. This is going to be an exciting one to watch fizzle out. We got Smith, who's sitting in second. He has that championship. Nolan Kretz on the pole for this one. Looks like Elliot Stacy's in third for this one. I believe he had a lap car there sitting in third.
Is that Annika Sky there in that 28? Believe. Going around, Elliot Stacy there. Continuing a bit of a slow pace there. Yeah, Annika Sky now being put back to their position. Getting ready to roll out. Bringing Rowan Reed up a couple spots. And now it looks like we should be ready to go green for these junior flats. Nolan Kretz going to lead them off.
Nolan Kretz, Wyatt Smith, and Elliot Stacy, the top three for this one. Carter Long gives them the light flag. We'll set them loose off of 4.
Gonna be a pretty good battle to watch. Wyatt Smith and that bodiless 49 go toe-to-toe with Nolan Kretz. They've both been pretty dominant, and let's see what they have for each other here. Nolan Kretz gonna lead them off, going down the backstretch now, but Wyatt Smith is right on his tail.
Wyatt Smith trying to track down the 29 and Nolan Kretz going down the front straightaway.
Nolan Kretz continue to hold on to his spot, but Wyatt Smith is not too far behind in second there. Then it's Elliot Stacy, Ethan Smith, and then I believe that is Jack McPhail there in 4.
Top 49 of Wyatt Smith really trying to track down the 29 and Nolan Kretz, who is playing really good defense here tonight. As I say that, here goes Smith down to the inside.
Lap traffic's gonna make it a problem for them, but Wyatt Smith seems to disregard and just flies by. He's gonna start to create some big separation on that 29 of Nolan Kretz.
Cross flags for the 49 of Wyatt Smith. That should be 7 laps left to go.
He is absolutely flying right now, back out on the track. Not a lot of things going on. All cars single file out, passing. Putting some more now. Wyatt Smith is going to get close now to, I believe, the 88 of Rowan Reed to put Reed a lap down now.
Getting by some of those back markers, the 49 of Wyatt Smith is. 4 to go here across the start-finish line.
I believe something just came off of one of their cars there. You can see it sitting in turn number 2, but doesn't seem to affect Wyatt Smith at all. He's continuing to fly right now. Nolan Kretz in second. He's got almost a full straightaway. 2 more to go for your point leader and soon-to-be champion, Wyatt Smith.
He'll take the white flag off of 4. The Cool Kids Ice and Water Junior Flat racing here at Ohsweken Speedway. The 49 Wyatt Smith. He'll go into corners 3 and 4. Your new champion and your winner, Wyatt Smith.
What a great finish for him. He started flying as soon as he took off and got and overtook Nolan Kretz. Just sat in first place, and he'll take it. We'll be out there with 1 more second to get a word with your new champion, Wyatt Smith.
Wyatt Smith getting his equipment off, ready to come get an interview here. Your 2024 Junior Flat Champion. Gonna grab Wyatt Smith over here for an interview. Wyatt Smith here, how does it feel to be the 2024 Junior Flat Champion?
Pretty good. Had some really good battles. Pretty good season.
And anybody you like to thank to for getting you here for this championship season?
My mom and dad, and Mother Bear's Garden, JDL Distributing.
And that was Wyatt Smith, the Junior Flats, the 2024 champion.
Getting ready to roll off now for the final feature race of the 2024 micro sprint season. One more race to finish it all for the top cheddar here. Brennan Hager being ready to be crowned a champion. Whenever you're ready, give us the starting lineup and tell us when we're gonna go.
Starting on the pole for this one, out of Welland in the 96, that's Brennan Hager, and is outside. Out of Hagersville in the 24K, that's Kiana Teal. Rolling off third out of Brantford in the 88, that's Riley Mercer, and is outside of the 770, that's Cameron Holm out of Port Colborne. Rolling off fifth out of Ancaster in the 16, that's Campbell Baker, and is outside of the Six Nations, it's the 0J, Johnny Miller. And rounding out the field out of Weldon in the 4K, that's Riley Karen.
Carter should be having the white flag in his hand now. Not yet, as they're still going to get ready to pace around now. He should have it next time for the final race of the season. It's a bittersweet moment, but still good. There you go. He's got it now.
Excited to crown a new champion here at Ohsweken Speedway. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a treat here. I hope this is not copyrighted, trademarked. Sorry, Dad, but Carter Long with the double green flags in hand. Brennan Hager and Kiana Teal on the front row. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show? Well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation as we bring to you our feature presentation.
Brennan Hager and Kiana Teal are going to shoot off going into turn number one and down the backstretch. Brennan Hager and Kiana Teal, they've been going toe-to-toe right here at the start of this race, but Hager's got a lot of speed going into turn number one at start of lap two.
Brennan Hager leads them all down the back straightaway. Kiana Teal sails it into two. Not able to make anything happen.
Kiana Teal went really wide there. Allowed for Riley Mercer to catch up some distance. Now top six. Everybody in the field is single filer, and now Brennan Hager's got his own distance.
Battle for third here between Campbell Baker and Riley Mercer. Mercer working that outside line on Campbell Baker. They're side by side going at a one.
Campbell Baker's got a lot of speed now. Cameron Ohm wants to join in on the fun, and he'll get right up on the tail of Riley Mercer. They're going to be battling for the 4th place position, going in to turn number 2 and down the backstretch now.
Battle sort of fizzles out here. Riley Mercer falls back just a little bit behind Campbell Baker. Brendan Hager still out front over Kiana Teal.
Brendan Hager's been pretty good all season. If anybody deserves to win the championship, it's him. He's definitely earned it, put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for it, and he is absolutely flying right now. Got a big gap to the 24K of Kiana Teal.
24K of Kiana Teal reeling in that 96 of Brendan Hager. Gets by some of the back markers there. Keeping a cool, calm, and collected, that 96 machine.
Kiana Teal gets a lot of power going into that turn. She's given full throttle, and she's going to be right there on the side of him to make a challenge for the lead. We got a battle for first place. Brendan Hager and Kiana Teal. They're side by side going into turn number 3 and 4.
Side by side going into 1. Brendan Hager working that inside line. Kiana Teal now in front.
They're getting really wound up there, and they're absolutely sending it. Kiana Teal starting to create a big gap now on Brendan Hager. Back in the field, though, they're starting to single file out. Cameron Ohm in 4th place, trying to catch up to Campbell Baker. Doesn't quite have it yet.
Brendan Hager now has to go to work on the 24K of Kiana Teal. Campbell Baker and Cameron Ohm now going at it in the battle for 3rd.
Cameron Ohm can't seem to catch up to Campbell Baker. He's going to be side by side with him now. Doesn't quite have it yet in 3rd place, but back out in front, Kiana Teal has her own world. Nobody's ahead of her, and she is absolutely flying right now. Brendan Hager in 2nd, Campbell Baker 3rd, Cameron Ohm 4th. Not a lot of action going on the track right now.
Kiana Teal with a good size gap there over Brendan Hager. 3 laps left to go for her. Cameron Ohm closing out on the 16 of Campbell Baker. They're side by side going down the back straightaway.
Ohm's gonna take it, telling him to back it down. Cameron Ohm in 3rd place now. Kiana Teal's gonna take it to the white flag one more time around for that 24K.
Down the backstretch for the final time out of Hagersville in the 24K. Kiana Teal picks up the feature race win.
And that will do it for these Micro Sprint 2024 season. Kiana Teal wins the final race of the year, and Brendan Hager, he will bring it down into victory lane or in front of the camera for the championship tonight. We'll be out there in a second to have a word with him.
Drive the 24K Open Micro Sprint picks up another feature race here in the 2024 season. How does that one feel?
Feels awesome, honestly. Like last race of the season, I really just wanted to close the deal here. I had some good runs, and it's a good way to end the season for me.
And anybody you'd like to thank for getting you through this 2024 season?
Yeah, of course. Dixieland Grill, Glenn's Tires Racing, Strode's, Tim's Tires, my dad's shop, Teal's Auto, and Teddy Laster.
And that's it for the 24K. Kiana Teal wraps up the 2024 season with a win. Brendan Hager up next.
Everybody give a big round of applause for the open winner for this 2024 season, Brandon Hager. So, talk to me about the season. If anybody deserves to win it, you put in a lot of work and a lot of effort. So what did you have to do to put this car in the championship podium tonight?
Really, it's just up to my guys, man. They really worked their butts off all year long. We were very consistent on all track conditions. Kind of struggled there in the feature a little bit, but other than that, we were good. I want to thank my dad, John Swenzy, and Kevin Tate for all of their work. Man, this is well deserved for our team.
Congratulations and good luck to future endeavors. Are we going to see you here next year?
As of right now, probably. First of all, I want to thank Vaughn Chevrolet and John Swenzy. They're big supporters on the 96, and I want to thank Grunt Cyrus Racing for the opportunity to race for this fantastic team. I also want to thank GSR Parts, GSR Chassis, and everybody on the GSR team.
All right, congratulations. Celebrate it. You definitely deserve it. That'll do it. One more round of applause for the champion, Brendan Hager, in the 96 Open Micro Sprint. And now let's send it back off to McLean, who will finish off with some final words to cap off the 2024 Micro Sprint season.
We'd like to thank everybody for watching these live streams every Thursday night on G-Force TV, and on behalf of all the Steiners family, everybody here at Ohsweken Speedway, on behalf of Jackson Jeffrey, I'm McLean Callan saying so long. We'll see you all in 2025.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of G-Force TV. G-Force TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.